welcome to my Neutrogena one brand tutorial. If you're new to my channel, one brand tutorials are basically when I use just one brand to do a full face makeup look. So it's the step-by-step, you know, putting on the products, but also some little reviews at the end. So the point is to just kind of inform you all about a certain brand, show you basically the look that all those products can create without throwing anything else in. And with the whole Neutrogena Cosmetics brand, I think sort of their image is light, fresh, natural looking makeup. If you ever see ads or if you check out their website, you know, it's just a very light and kind of natural look. If I notice some kind of theme like that with a brand, I also try to work that into the one brand tutorial as well. So here's the look, and then we'll get to some quick reviews at the end. I'm starting out with my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. I have it in the shade Natural Beige. This has a SPF 20 in it, and it claims to have an exclusive blend of antioxidants. So this is one of those foundations that claims to be really good for your skin. So I first just like to dab it around on my face, just kind of roughly. And then I'm using my Sigma F80 brush just to get that all buffed into my skin. This is definitely a lightweight foundation. I mean, it feels very liquidy, like a medium coverage foundation. It can be built up a little bit if you want to. It's not looking overly shiny or dewy, but yet it just does look very natural because this is not a thick foundation. Next up, we're going to do a little brightening. I've got the Healthy Skin Brightening Eye Perfector. This again has SPF 25. You'll notice a lot of Neutrogena's products are loaded with SPF, and I have this in the shade Light. So this is one of those click up pen type products. I generally just dab it off onto my finger and then dot it where I need it, like around my eyes. And because this shade is just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, I'll use this elsewhere on the face where I just want to highlight a little bit. So kind of down the nose and a little bit up here, center of the eyebrows, forehead area, a little bit onto the upper lip and chin. Then using my P80 brush from Sigma, I'm just blending this in around the eyes. And I kind of took a little bit of a triangular shape like that, just to take it up even further up onto the cheekbone. Get what went down the nose here. And I like that this concealer actually has a bit of a peachy tone to it. I don't think this is the most full coverage concealer out there that I've tried, but I mean, brightening wise, I think it does what it says it will do. And I don't have the darkest circles ever going on, but if you've got really dark circles and you've already got a concealer that you feel like tackles those well, this can be a nice, lightweight sort of finishing touch just to brighten the face, and you could use it like I did and highlight elsewhere on your face, not just the under eye. I usually feel like my under eye looks most perfected when it's a little bit mattified, so I'm going to use this Neutrogena Shine Control powder. So this claims to be a translucent powder, but I mean, I'm always a little bit skeptical of that because I feel like if you put enough of something like this on, you can see that it actually does have color, and it can look a little bit white, and that can easily look a little bit cakey. So I go very light with this, and I'm using this tapered highlight brush here, just getting a little on the brush, and I'm just going to dab over my under eye here. And this is going to also be a little bit lighter than the powder I'm putting elsewhere on my face, so we want to maintain that brightness right in here. And I might also just do a little on the T-zone with this. I would say I have normal to combo skin, so I can use a little bit of help around the T-zone. And then all over the face, I'm using Neutrogena Healthy Skin Pressed Powder. This has SPF 20. That was just like the foundation did, yeah. And this is light to medium. And in case you were wondering, it does have a little puff underneath there and a mirror, and this powder had a puff too. And so I'm just going to buff some of this powder in, basically outside the under eye area where we already have that taken care of. You might think, well, that foundation's kind of, you know, lightweight, maybe makes you look a little more glowy. Is the powder the same way? I feel like it's just a basic matte pressed powder. I like it, but it's not like a glowy thing. Then for a little color on the face, I'm using the Healthy Skin Custom Glow blush and bronzer, and this is in Posie Glow. This is kind of a glowy pink blush and then a really golden bronzer. I wouldn't use this as like a real contouring bronzer because it just isn't quite deep enough and it just has a lot of shimmer to it. If I want more of a peachy look on my cheeks, I can blend across the two. The bronze will mix with the pink and end up looking a little more peach. I'm just gonna go first off for now into the bronzer side and pick up a little bit of that, and knowing I'm not really contouring here, I'm just applying a little bit of this to my hairline where the sun would naturally hit, just to give me a little extra color. It's not going to give me a lot. This is very light, but I do just want a little color up there. And I'm just going to really lightly dust this over the rest of the face too, just to perk up my skin tone. Then I'm going to go into this blush, and this is a really pretty blush. I like this a lot. And I'm going to apply this to the outer part of the apple of my cheek. And I just like to sweep that upward. Really pretty. Just has a little bit of glow, but it's not too much. For the eyes, I'm using this Crease-Proof eyeshadow, and this is the only like eyeshadow type product I'm using. The shade is Lasting Taupe, and they don't have just powder eyeshadows anymore. They've pretty much phased those out of their line. So this is the eyeshadow option from Neutrogena. So it's a stick like this. You don't sharpen it. It has this kind of a look to it. Just a little bit of shimmery finish. And so I'm going to apply that straight from the stick onto my lid here. And it's kind of dry feeling. I mean, it just doesn't have a super like creamy glide on kind of feel. It's tugging a little bit at my skin as I draw that on. I'm pulling it up into my crease a little bit. And then I'm just going to smudge that out with my finger. I'm taking this underneath too a bit. It's even kind of tricky to just blend it out with your finger, you know, it's just kind of a blah shade. Then I'm taking my Nourishing eyeliner in Cosmic Black, and these liners are okay. I mean, there are some liners out there, even at drugstore prices, that are going to glide on more smoothly than these do and last longer. These claim to have some good ingredients. I think they claim to have olive oil in it, shea butter. So I've lined across my upper lash line, and I'm going to take a little bit under the outer part of my lower lash line too. And then it does have a smudge tip, so I'm going to just soften a bit and definitely smudge out this bottom part. And I'm going to curl my lashes. And I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Healthy Lengths Mascara, and this is in Carbon Black. And this is a traditional brush mascara here. I'm going to get off a little bit of the excess product. Really like this style of brush. I feel like it does well for, you know, making each lash stand out and preventing them from all sticking together. This says, I'm looking on the website, it has vitamin E and olive oil in the formula, so it's really supposed to strengthen the lashes. So I love that concept, and I actually kind of like the lengthening that this does. Using this in the past, I have had a little bit of an issue on my lower lash line, so I'm going to stay away from using this on my lower lashes right now, but just be aware I had a little smudging underneath the eye, so I'm going to keep this to my upper lashes today. And on my lips, I'm going to use a couple different products. First off, the Moisture Smooth Color Stick. This is in Sweet Watermelon. I've used this a lot. And I'm going to mainly have this right here on the center of the lower lip. I think this is a beautiful pink. And it smells so good. These color sticks just are awesome. And then I'm using a newer one that I picked up recently. It's in Bright Berry. Incredibly smooth. These were an Emily Award winner. Just so comfortable. And as you can see, I'm not really overlapping that lighter shade. I'm leaving that there. And just kind of blending over to it. Okay, so Neutrogena One Brand look, what do we think? As I look at myself in the mirror right now, I'm pretty happy with the overall look, but we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty on these different products and what we think of them. Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. I've been a fan of this particular foundation for a while. I think it's got, you know, good ingredients in it. It's got that SPF 20. It goes on very smoothly. It's easy to blend. And if what you want is that really lightweight feel for your foundation, foundation, I think this would be a good one to try. Whenever I wear a foundation, I really pay attention. Is it breaking down in the T-zone? Is it looking, you know, less fresh as the day goes on? And I will say I noticed that with this. This is not probably my ultimate foundation for staying power. Can it be remedied with a little extra pressed powder or my Mally Face Defender or something to, you know, blot it up? Yes. I think my skin type might be prone to making it not look so fresh by day's end, but maybe if you've got skin that just doesn't tend to get very oily, this would be even better for you. But again, lightweight, pretty, I do like that foundation. This Brightening Eye Perfector, I actually enjoy this as well. I have it in the shade Light, and as I mentioned, I feel like this actually has kind of a peachy tone to it, which is really the perfect kind of shade for counteracting those blue tone circles. However, this is a brightening product, not an intense coverage product. I think it has its place, and I think it worked well, you know, going here on top of the cheeks, down the nose, and kind of working as a, you know, brightener, highlighter type product in the makeup routine. Shine Control Powder. Okay, this is something I've used in the past. It says with rice protein complex. It claims to be invisible, and look, you know, that's not invisible. That can show on your skin. So I think if you are going to use this, you know, I used it very lightly. I used a little bit on the under eye, a little bit on the T-zone, and leave it at that. It helps me stay shine free, I'd say, throughout a good portion of the day, maybe half the day. It depends on my activity level, but chances are this is something I'm going to need to reapply and touch up with later. Neutrogena Healthy Skin Pressed Powder. I like this powder, and I've used this on days when I've just used concealer and a little bit of powder, and I think it works well. I like it better than L'Oreal True Match. It may not have quite the creamy, high-end silky feel that like L'Oreal True Match or the Revlon Nearly Naked have. Those are the two from the drugstore that I feel like have an extra silky, smooth, non-powdery feel. For being a powder, it's weird to say, but this is a little more powdery, maybe a little more on the mattifying side, but I do like it. Blush and bronzer, basically don't rely on this as a contouring bronzer, but if you just want a little glow, it's beautiful if you use them both together or just use the blush. Really happy with the way that blush came off. I think this has been in a favorites video, Best in Beauty video recently, so love that. The Neutrogena Crease-Proof Eyeshadow. This is the part of the look where I'm like, it wasn't very easy to blend. I mean, my eye look is maybe not as blended in some areas as I would like it to be, and it wasn't especially easy to blend. It was a little bit dry feeling. The color of this is, you know, it's taupe, and taupe can be pretty, but it's just, it comes off kind of blah on my lids. While it feels kind of dry now, this is going to be more likely than a powder shadow later on in the day to feel just a little bit tacky. I'm not saying it totally fades away on me, just feel a little bit tacky to the touch. That happens to me sometimes with this, and keep in mind we have not put a primer on it, we have not topped it with shadows, so better than a lot of cream shadows for staying power, but not necessarily better than like the Maybelline Color Tattoos for me, and definitely not as pretty. These Nourishing eyeliners are kind of in the middle of the road for me on the spectrum of drugstore liners. There are some that go on more smoothly with better staying power. Think about NYX slide-on liners and Maybelline Master Drama. I say it's kind of in the middle because there are some liners that are even more difficult to put on than this and don't last as well as this. But I like that it's retractable. I like that it has both a smudge tip and a little sharpener in the bottom. Depending on activity level, I mean, you may see some fading with this. I've never had big time smudging with it, even if I do use it under my eye. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike these eyeliners and I use them from time to time. I've got a pretty blue and a brown as well. But if it's a day where staying power is your utmost goal, this may not be the perfect one to pick. Healthy Lengths mascara kind of surprised me. I think I'd used a Neutrogena mascara years ago and wasn't that impressed. This I actually felt like built up some length. It didn't do a whole lot of clumping my lashes together. I like that it's got good for your lashes ingredients in there. That makes me feel good, and I really like the brush. I can't give it a total 2 thumbs up if it's something I'm scared to put on my lower lashes because of smudging. Neutrogena lip products can do no wrong in my book. look. I tell you, I love these jumbo color sticks. I've got the sweet watermelon on. I've got the bright berry. Other ones I've talked about in the past, the rich raisin is a really pretty deeper toned shade. Fresh papaya, there's your great summer corally shade. I mean, they're all just wonderful. They smell great. They're comfortable on the lips. When I went to North Dakota in the winter and I experienced the coldest temperatures my body has ever endured, I mean, we're talking my nostrils were freezing up. This was the only stuff I used on my lips and I never had chapped lips. I swear that whole trip, they never felt dry because I was using these. It was like 20 below. I was freezing. North Dakota is not for sissies. That's what I say. And just a couple other great lip products that I didn't use here but I love are the Moisture Shine Gloss and the Revitalizing Lip Balm. These are tinted lip balms. Look like that. I love these. I think these products are fabulous. Great textures, great feel on the lips, wonderful colors. Things are nicely pigmented. I mean, check out the Neutrogena lip products. If lip products are number one for me from this line, face stuff is number two, and the eye products are definitely third place. So that's my wrap up on Neutrogena makeup, everyone. Feel free to let me know what one brand tutorial you want to see next in the comments section. The next one will be high-end since this was drugstore, so keep that in mind. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.